To continue making my dad, I'm going to take a look at my picture and see what's missing. I see that right here I don't have glasses yet. So what I'm going to do is pick up this dark gray, and because I need two identical pieces, again, I'm going to fold it in half. I try to make sure the top edges line up. Now one half I'm going to leave sort of rectangular, but the other half I'm going to make it come in a little bit. So to do that, hold it like this, a little bit less awkward. I sort of cut on a diagonal like that. But I also noticed that I have these sharp corners. Most eyeglasses don't have those. So I'm going to cut off my corners like this. And I'm just going to sort of give it a haircut. So I'm going to cut off those sharp edges so that it's a little bit more rounded. And we're good with that. So I have this shape now. If I were to cut this in half, or on this fold, then I'll have two identical pieces. So I think I'll do that. I will open it up entirely, and then I'm going to line them up. So now I have two pieces that fit exactly on top of each other. To get the inside out, I'm going to need to fold it one more time. So I'm going to fold it this way, and it won't match because it's not a rectangle, but that's okay. I'm going to keep the side that comes in a little bit up so I can see. And now I'm going to cut from the folded end along the outside, like this. And I can't cut up too high because then I'm going to cut off the side. So I'm actually going to follow the one that sort of is cut on a diagonal. And I don't want to cut all the way to the end. I just want to cut out the inside. So once I get to here, I'm going to cut all the way to the fold. And I can get rid of this inside piece. And this is the piece that will be his eyeglasses. Now again, you notice it's a little bit wide here. So what I could do now that it's open is just use my scissors and cut it just to be a little bit thinner. So then I have one of his glasses. And I can do the same thing with the other side. And here's the other one. Usually sort of go towards each other a little bit. And I've got a really great shape there. And I can use whatever scraps I have left to make the other pieces of my glasses. So I can just cut this piece here to connect the two. And I could just use this other piece here to make the parts of the glasses that go back on the ears. So I'll do that quickly. Now when I glue this down, I just use tiny little dots of glue. Gotta open my glue bottle first. Tiny little dots of glue because I don't want the glue to show in my picture. And then I'll carefully place it down over top. And I do the same thing with this one. Little tiny dots of glue. Sometimes they drag a little bit, that's okay. I don't have too much. I'll put it here. And I have to make a little bridge of his glasses here. And then on both sides, I can just have it going back to his ears like this. And I used a little bit too much glue there. I never want to use so much glue that I see it. I can have this one going back this way. So now my dad has glasses. To make it look like they're a little bit shiny, I could also take a little piece of white paper and cut really, really skinny strips of paper. So I can just cut up like this, make them super duper skinny. Barely leaving much space there. Once I have this little fringe created, I can cut it like this. And because these pieces are so small, I don't want to put glue on my paper because you'll be able to see that. So instead, I'll take a scrap like this, take one of these really little pieces and just sort of dip it in. That way I don't have too much. And then I could make it look a little bit like he's got a shine in his eyeglasses. Oh, and I said I wasn't gonna do that. So let me just dip in here again. And maybe put another one over on this side to make it look like it's a little bit shiny. Okay? I can do the same thing in his hair. I could try to make it look like it's shiny by putting some little streaks of white. But for this one, because his hair is curved up here, I would also want to curve those white lines. So if you see I'm curving a little bit like this, pull that one out. It might look a little bit like that. That'll make it look like his hair is a little bit shiny. And also, my dad's kind of old, so he does have some gray hairs too. So if it looks like that a little bit, then that's okay. Because this is a really skinny piece, I'm also gonna run this one through the glue. Put this one here, do the same thing with this one. All right, now his face is pretty much complete.